Hey Clashers, with the new level of the Super Bowlers, they are becoming one of the strongest troops in the entire game. I will show you the best strategy in my opinion for the Super Bowlers, which is having the recall spell in the army composition as well. The reason for that is that with the latest edition of the equipment, this spell is getting stronger and stronger. For the Barbarian King, we can actually use the strongest equipments with this strategy as well, which is really nice, the Rage Vial and the Epic Gauntlet. On the Queen though, we're going with the Frozen Arrow and with the Archer Puppet. The reason for this is that we're going full damage. Because we're going with the recall spell, this Queen should never really get into too much damage, so we never really have the problem that we're missing this Invisibility Vial, which typically is a classic equipment to use on the Queen. On the Warden, we're using another equipment to make sure that we're having as much power, and because we're not doing a Warden Walk, we can actually use the Healing Tome and the Eternal Tome. With a Warden Walk, you need one equipment at least, which is providing you with damage, which is either the Rage Gem or the Life Gem. Both of them are not the perfect fit for Super Bowlers. The Life Gem is still a bit better and used by most of those top legend Super Bowler players, but it's just not providing as much for the strategy, but you have to use it, otherwise you might run into time issues. We can use now the Healing Tome just because we have the Queen opening the attack and not the Warden Walk. On the Royal Gem, we're going to use the new equipment with the Royal Gem together, which right now is the best equipment in the game, or like the best Royal Gem combination equipment in the game. But if you're using still the Seeking Shield with the Royal Gem, don't worry, that will work as well. This one is just a little bit stronger. But now let's dive into some attacks. I will show you exactly what I mean and why this strategy right now is just so insanely strong. The cool thing about this strategy is that you can even use the best pets, for example Diggy, which is not able to survive when you're doing a Warden Walk. Diggy, Lizard, Frost, whatever, typically is going down when you're doing a Warden Walk. Diggy on the other side with doing like a opening Queen charge with a recall is not going down. Let's take a look at this base. Obviously, it's start of the season, so we might find some weird-looking bases. But what exactly could we do versus this one? I think charging for the Town Hall might be one of our best options on this. And especially with the King on the outside, this gives us a nice and easy time of actually taking all of that down. We have to use another wall break, unfortunately, because of this really weird combination of like walls. But hey, that should be no problem. We can use a Test Loon. There is already a Black Mine. Okay, so we have to be careful. Another Test Loon, then 4 healers. That's really important not to play more healers than that. Another thing is whenever you're encountering an Invisibility Tower, make sure that you're checking out early if there's skeleton traps, because if there is, you don't have to freeze that Invisibility Tower early on. Now, let's freeze it, and we can charge it a bit, and then we're going to go into one of those corners. As well, another key thing why this is now so strong is simply said, well, just the power of the new Siege Barracks. This Siege Barracks is crazy. This is why Hybrid, for example, is really, really solid right now as well. But overall, it is crazy how good that is. Having another P.E.K.K.A., even though P.E.K.K.A. might be not the strongest troops in the game, it's still really, really solid. Bring out the Clan Castle. As soon as the Queen is getting in danger, we're going to recall, just like that. Now we're going here, adding another healer, and we're able to actually take that Clan Castle out before we even go into all of that damage. Then we're going to found the site with the king and everything, and at this point with 1 minute and 45 seconds, you would probably think it's going to be a time fail, but trust me, it's not going to be the case with this equipment combination and everything. So we're going to go in here as soon as the last Ice Golem is popped, just like that. Yeti in there, everything in there. Then obviously the Rage and everything, just like that. Rage here. I think we will protect the bowlers and everything with the Warden ability. And now we have the healing active. So again, remember, it's a lot of power. We can as well use the Royal Champion with her insane DPS right now. As soon as one of those P.E.K.K.A. from the Siege Barracks are tanking, then we can like use one jump right here. The King is just obliterating that core. Another Rage. Now the Royal Champion added on the outside to get those X-bows. And this base should be completely wrecked. Again, as I said, on earlier days, with the regular equipment, this charge would have taken way longer, and this would have been probably a time fail. Instead, we're having our troops staying alive, having our Queen be really quick with this equipment combination. We have another P.E.K.K.A. which is providing even more DPS, and, well, it's just insanely strong. That's all I can say. Like, this is why I highly recommend you using this strategy. It is, in my opinion, right now, in fact, the best strategy for Super Bowlers. I know there are some variations out there with Root Riders as well, which I personally do not like that much. I feel like with wall breaks, you have more control. And as well, in most of those cases, you don't need anything else to open up the compartments And with having different sources of hit points, the healers will not as reliable switch target, which means if you have 3 Root Riders in front, the healers might switch to them, maybe switch to your bowlers, switch in between them. But if you have just the bowlers, they will stick on the bowlers, they will heal the bowlers, they will stay alive, they deal the damage, and that's all what you need in the Super Bowler attack. Okay, let's keep moving forward. This actually is one of those high legend bases. So this is not like a start of the season base. This is a high legend base, and something I think which should work versus this type of base is charging for the Town Hall, which might be expensive, but I think we should be able to do so. I think that should be possible. So I think we're charging for the Town Hall just for pathing. The reason, again, with always charging with the Queen around the Town Hall, like overall, you're looking for pathing. It's not about the crazy value, it's about where your troops are going. Wall breaks in the beginning. I don't know yet where my Queen will go, but I want to make sure that she's actually walking inside the Town Hall, and with those corner wall breaks, it's more likely. I think she's going to the bottom side next. That's why I'm going to use the Bay Dragon. I will use some healers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another healer just to be safe. And then we can use... Do we even have to use... I will just rage her up now. Because we have to be careful. Okay, so far so good. We might have to freeze that. Actually, we have to freeze that. And I will turn my Queen invisible to make sure that the Town Hall is getting bursted down. And then she's switching for the skeletons and everything. But so far, this looks really promising. I think we don't have to invest another rage or something in there. We can just use the Queen and the recall to get her back. Or can we get... Nope, there is... Ooh, that was close. That was really close. But we're fine. We're fine. Relax. My heart can, like, chill a little bit again. And that should be then alright. So, King, Headhunter, Ice Golem. Now this. Titan, just like that. We're using 1 freeze right here. Wait, Queen. Let's just use her ability. It's about, like, spawning the archers. So nothing too crazy. It's all alright. Can use the jump here. Queen hopefully slowing down the defense, which she is eventually, so she is as well fine. The frozen effect of the Ice Golem will give us some more time, so we can be still fine. Another rage now, so we have to be careful with now the Warren ability. I want to protect Diggy as well. My King is still going strong. Let's just add the Royal Champion at this point. As I already said earlier, typically you want to invest, or like save at least, a couple of spells for the Queen for the back end, but on this one, there was not really the chance for us, sadly, because we had to invest the freeze and the invisibility for the Town Hall because of the skeletons and overall the clan castle timing. But I think we're still alright, like we're still completely fine. We have the Yetis reinforcing from the siege barracks. We have the Queen being fine for now. We still have the Royal Champion ability, which is insanely strong. I'll already start with some cleanup up here. I think that might be a nice fit. And then the Royal Champion ability just right now to burst down the defending Royal Champion, just like that, no problem. Defending Single Infernal Tower is going down as well. That's amazing. But now the problem is only the back end. Where's my Queen? Oh, she actually went down. Okay, that's not good. I did not see that one coming, which is kind of unfortunate. But hey, Warden with the Yeti. Can you do this? That's the question now. Bowler is reinforcing things as well. There goes the Bowler. Okay, 28 seconds. Come on, come on. You got this, buddy. You got this. Multi-Archer Tower might be a big problem on this one, but I think otherwise we should be alright. If the multi-arch tower is going down, that's the only thing. So far, everything moved out of the range there. Oh no, I think we're not going to make it. It's just so close. So the problem here, I was not really perfect with my uses, or like spell usage on this side. And then the problem is, obviously, with that Queen, it's going to be 99. But hey, those little mistakes should actually give you another 3-star. And I would say, let's move on to the next attack. Okay, another high legend base. That looks solid. Let's see what we can do on this one. So, we could possibly do the recall charge again versus the Town Hall, but I feel like we're not creating any pathing here, so I'm not sure if it's even needed. I think what we could possibly do instead, though, is... Let me see. I think I have a great idea. What about giving my King the opportunity to go for the Town Hall? That might be working really great. So what I'm doing instead now is the Queen right here. She can go for the Ground Expo, creating pathing and everything, and that will be crucial later on. Then we're going to as well actually use the Flame Flinger. Just make sure that my Queen is staying safe. Thing 1, 2, 3, 4. Again,
The frozen arrow is amazing versus heroes. Double check if there's anything in the corner. There is not, so let's place the flinger. That's really solid as well. The goal right here is, as I said, try to take down the Expo. Create pathing, because I want to enter into the single front tower with my smash, which is the crucial part. And then we can enter into this bottom side here with the Baron King to get that Town Hall compartment out. That is at least the plan. Let's hope that's going to work. So we can wall break already here. Queen so far is doing amazing. She can as well. I think one more, like one rage overall can be. Should this be invested? I'm not really sure. So far, it's just a lot of value for us. And I think we have to recall her because we need to make sure that we're speeding up a little bit. Because otherwise, this Expo might lock onto our flinger. And that is never a good thing to happen. So let's get things right. Let's do the wall break. Titan, super bonus, everything in here. Warden, don't forget that one. Now the freeze. And so far, I think we're looking really, really solid. Then, some red mines there. And jump here. King in here. Poison. I think, do we use the Warden Blitz already? I can't really see anything, to be honest. There's too much going on. But I think we should be alright with the Warden ability right now. King should walk around, should with the ability eventually get that Town Hall, especially if he has the invisibility. So that should be even better for us. King ability, so the skeleton traps should be no problem. And indeed, the Town Hall is going to go down. Another rage for us in the core. Bowlers are staying alive so far, dealing all the damage needed. And we have now a crazy strong backhand, hopefully. Yep, that's looking really solid. The bowlers are surviving even longer. I would just re-add the Royal Champion now for the Monolith, because that is something which we can't reach that easily, I think. Or actually, as I'm saying that, everything is jumping into that compartment. But again, that should be no problem. We have just a lot of bowlers still left alive. We can use the rage really aggressively, I think. So they're going through the wall to the next compartment. The flingers are going in. Well, this time, no time failed. Luckily, I was able to manage up the beginning. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. You don't always have to go for the crazy value. You have to go for the pathing. And that was the important thing. Clearing out the left compartment and setting up the king for the Town Hall was way more crucial than actually taking down the Town Hall down on itself already with the Queen Towers. And this is something which you have to learn with this strategy. Do not just go for the value in buildings. Go for the value overall for your entire attack, which means like value pathing wise, setting your troops up, and that's the crucial thing. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. This right now, to me, is one of the strongest strategies in the game, as I said already. As long as you're not talking at the same time and you're concentrating and not messing up your spell timings, you should be looking really good with this one. As always, the link for this strategy is down below in the description. Give it a try. Let me know how it works for you, or if you would do any improvements. As I said, I have seen a lot of people saying that Super Bowlers with Root Riders work quite well. I personally am not the biggest fan of that composition. As I said, I think with wall breaks you have more control. In this attack, for example, I would have not gotten anything from Root Riders in front of my Super Bowlers. The only thing which could have happened is that the healers are switching to my Root Riders instead of the Bowlers, and that would have not stayed alive maybe. So overall, I like this wall break composition a lot, especially you have so many little troops as well, like the Yeti to tank for a Flame Flinger. You have all of the funnel options and so on, which means you have a lot of options, which especially for Legend is one of the most crucial things you possibly could ask for. So thank you for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.